Innovation and sustainability actually is a necessary condition. It's the ability to take novel ideas, maybe a different way of thinking, a new business model, a new tech solution, and apply it where it can add and create a lot of value. It encourages us to look at problems with a very different lens, to find those breakthrough opportunities as breakthrough solutions. Our markets offer the greatest opportunity. We might be going in to help set standards for the industry. We might be developing new financial products and services. We see that opportunity in front of us, but we also see the necessity.
We're starting to see a number of examples where innovative approaches deliver positive outcomes for nature and biodiversity. It might be doing the world's first sovereign blue bond, wherein the use of proceeds for that bond can be allocated into a sustainable blue economy. What is required is this innovative approach.
We're really trying to crowd in private sector capital to finance impactful projects.
That's part of the role that we play, and making sure everyone is poised to deliver against that opportunity.
Standard Chartered is a bank that is always looking to innovate. It's an organisation that sees the potential in new markets.
We need to be very deliberate, and as Standard Chartered, use our expertise, our history, and frankly our standing with our clients and our markets. We can bring all that to bear.
It's really important to have that over-the-horizon perspective if we're to achieve on our climate goals as well as our financial goals.
Impact through the lens of innovation means that we have delivered innovative solutions to some of these tricky problems. My greatest ambition for the work that we're doing here is to ensure that we're at the forefront of opportunity to create those unlocks. So when I look out 5 or 10 years, we will have participated in a scaling opportunity, both for the bank, but also for the maturation of the ecosystem.